A very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and to all of our listening audience. My name is Rebecca Theodore, and we are live at United Nations headquarters for the Holocaust Memorial Remembrance Day ceremony. As many of you are aware, the Holocaust was a very terrible and defining episode of the 20th century. The Holocaust changed the course of history. In fact, the Holocaust changed all of human history as we know it. Today, the Holocaust will be celebrated under two different themes. The first theme is remembrance of dignity and human rights, and the second theme is bridging generations, which is a call to action, a call to remember the victims of the Holocaust and their children and their grandchildren. I believe it is a call to action for every one of us here today, linking memory and history and hope. Today, at the United Nations headquarters, this Holocaust Memorial Remembrance is hosted by UNESCO, which is the United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization. And every year around this time, January 27th, tribute is paid to the victims of the Holocaust. We remember the brutality of anti-Semitism. We remember the ravages of Auschwitz, and we come together in commemoration for this special occasion. Also, many people are also asking, why January 27th? Delving a little into the historical account, January 27th also marks the liberation of the Auschwitz-Birkenau Nazi Germany concentration and death camps by Soviet troops on January 27th, 1945. The day, as we know it, is also commemorated by the United Nations General Assembly as a day of special international recognition for victims of the Holocaust from since November 2005. Today, we will be hearing stories of the victims of the Holocaust in their own words. We'll be hearing remarks from United Nations Secretary General, His Excellency Antonio Guterres, and we'll also be hearing remarks from Israel's United Nations Ambassador, Danny Danon, and also some representatives of member states. The observance is hosted by Ms. Melissa Fleming, who is the United Nations Under Secretary for Global Communications. Now, many people have been asking me, why is the United Nations holding a special ceremony to honor Jews? I want to let you know today that it's not only Jews that are being remembered here today. It's not only Jews who are being honored here today. This ceremony also reflects on the atrocities of the transatlantic slave trade of the 15th century, and also the horrors of the civil rights movement of the 1960s as well. This ceremony also reflects on the genocide in Cambodia, 1975 to 1979, and also the genocide of Bosnia, 1992 to 1995, and also Darfur, 2003 to 2005. But most importantly, this ceremony taking place here today reflects the genocide of Rwanda of 1994, where, as we may all remember, over 1 million Tutsi ethnic minorities were killed at the hands of Hutu extremist rebels. So what is actually happening here today mirrors collectivity in all its forms. It's also a reminder of the brutality of genocide and to ensure that it will never happen again. At this point, I just want to interject that we must be very careful with the words that we use to describe people and things. As a writer, I want to let you know that words are responsible for many of the brutal wars. As we look around history, we see that many wars were fought simply because of words. So again, we must be very careful in the words that we use to describe people and things. So what is actually happening here today at the United Nations headquarters is the Holocaust Memorial Remembrance Day commemoration. It is a time when we should rise from our seats of xenophobia. We should look towards history. We should change all the patterns we have concerning anti-Semitism, racism, and the rhetoric of hate. And especially in our glowing 21st century, where technology controls the whole narrative. AI controls the narrative. We must be very careful to safeguard against the AI and history, because Holocaust history is history, and to ensure that it will never, ever happen again in the future. I thank you.